I don't know. I'm just your average high school student. I get pretty good grades. I take difficult classes, but I also take the classes I take because I enjoy them. I do theater. I like to act and sing. But I like to do sports as well, which doesn't always work out in high school, but whatever. Pretty average teenage boy, hang out with my friends, do bro stuff.
I'm Jon Mayer, Jonathan's father.
I'm Bo Graham. I am a really good friend of John's. We've been friends pretty much since, I think, 5th or 6th grade, so we've had some time.
I'm Mom, Jonathan and Allison's mom.
So my name is Michael Goodwin. I am currently a social studies teacher here at Concord Carlisle High School. A Concord native, so went to high school here myself.
As few words as possible. Totally righteous.
John was a lovely student, I mean, clearly as far as his ability to, to interact with the material and to comprehend and to make connections, he's one of the strongest students that I've had.
I like video games. I like movies. Yeah, I don't know. That's me. Suburban, upper middle class high school that has a reputation for being like a intense high school.
I think we like most things about it. There have been a lot of very good teachers. I think very few exceptions.
I think that the quality of the education is just top-notch.
There are a lot more opportunities for non-athletic kids to highlight and showcase their talents.
After looking at several private schools, I always went away feeling that the quality of education at Concord Carlisle High was always a notch above several of the private schools that we looked at.
The amount of homework in the U.S., especially CC, can be ridiculous.
I mean, there are definitely cliques in CCHS. I think there are cliques anywhere.
Yeah.
I think CCHS is an exceptional school when it comes to being accepting and stuff, because we go to such extensive lengths.
I think there's a very positive, upbeat environment at the high school.
There's just the pressure to excel all the time, and the thing is, it's weird because it's never really given to you directly. It's something that's just kind of in the atmosphere, and the kids kind of create it for themselves. But it's a side of the high school that I don't like very much. I've always been part of the kind of usual American school mentality, where you're going to go to high school and you're going to work really hard, and everything you're doing in high school is basically about getting into college. So you're prepping for the SATs, you're prepping your grades and your activities and all that for college. You're basically grooming yourself to get into the schools, because you think everything in your life is determined based on what university you go to.
We talk about this as a faculty, sort of where the student pressure comes from, and there isn't one source.
It is a somewhat high-pressure school system. There's a lot of pressure to achieve, and it may be peer pressure. I don't know that it's pressure provided by the school district itself.
I think what I dislike is not necessarily the fault of the school, because school is really a reflection of the community and the values of the community. But the intensity of the high school, I think, can be quite hard for many students.
I think what's changed is that the whole college process is just ramped up more and more. Not to say that there wasn't, of course, a major focus on it when I was a student here, but it just seems that kids are starting even earlier thinking about, what they're going to be doing in college.
I think it was a combination of things. One was definitely the stress that comes with being in high school in the U.S.
Having to achieve almost perfect grades and having to work really hard at it, and worrying if he missed any points on any test and things like that. So he was getting caught up in that. He was getting a little burnt out.
And then on top of that, it was just getting a bit boring, the routine of waking up at 6 a.m., going to school, dragging yourself there. You go through your courses. You take your classes are the same day after day. Just after 2 years of that, I wanted something different. I did 2.5 years of school in the U.S. before coming abroad, but I'd already decided after 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like a great thing for Jon to do.
Definitely feel pretty good about it so far.
How was your initial adjustment to France?
Well, my initial adjustment right when I got here was just completely wiped out all the time. Obviously, I had major jet lag, and then after that, it was just hearing everything in another language, trying to speak and communicate and think in another language is just, I think, mentally and physically exhausting. I was falling asleep in my classes and all that during the first couple.
What I'm interested in is going into the classroom every day and focusing on that 50 minutes and having that be an experience that we all share and that we all get something out of. And it's easy to lose sight of that in the face of just this notion that you're constantly just building to get to this next thing, as we were talking about earlier.
How I think about the U.S. has definitely changed, and it's not just being like, oh, I'm homesick and I miss the U.S. or something like that, but just my understanding of our own culture of the U.S. I think has grown, and I think my appreciation for certain things in that culture has grown. So that is one thing that has changed me, is I see new value or different value or understand things at home, things that I thought I was familiar with.
Like, you do schoolwork and all that stuff, but I consider, like, I kind of look forward to school because it's so social, and like it's such a place to like find out new things about new people, find out things about yourself, and like the academics I think is just kind of just a small part of it. Like high school is so much bigger than just learning like math and stuff. But
by and large, most public schools are still operating based on this, what I see to be conservative and fragmented and outdated curricula. That I know for the sake of organizing a school, it's helpful to have your math class, your history class, your science class is different things, but that way, that it's a dangerous type of thinking to get into from an early age, that the world is fragmented like that. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said something to the effect of, the reason why the world is fragmented and lies broken in heaps is because man is disunited with himself.
The Pokemon effect.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll teach you and you'll teach me.
It's just, it's cool. It's a very different experience. Not maybe what you'd think of or what you'd imagine at first. So it's a once in a lifetime experience. That said, it's something that I think I can only do once in a lifetime. Yeah, it's different. It definitely changes how you think and just how you get by.
Take my hand and come with me, because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.